We are in GG's live coverage of Grand Prix Columbus 2012. I'm Sheldon Menery. This is Marshall Sutcliffe. We are watching Gerard Fabiano, Luis Scott-Vargas. It's going to be a barn burner.
This is going to be sweet. These are two of my favorite decks. The Gerard's deck on the left is Rug Delver, which is actually my favorite, my absolute favorite deck here in the format. And then on the right we have Luis Scott-Vargas, and he's playing the new Nyapod deck, which has a lot of different win conditions, a lot of different ways that you can play it, and in the hands of a master like Luis is going to be pretty scary. I've played this matchup, and I've been on Gerard's side of it, and it's tough. Without having played it enough, it's hard to tell exactly where the other deck is going. You don't want to leave yourself open to Court of Calling or for them to resolve a Birthing Pod, so you want to kind of conserve your spells, but oftentimes they just play value creatures and beat you down while you're sitting there staring at your mana leaks. So.
Well, yeah, I mean, it can certainly go on the Noble Hierarch Restoration Angel plan.
Finks is a big one.
And the Finks come in and you just keep coming in.
Versus Gerard's deck.
Yeah, there's some spicy things in his deck. I mean, we talked about the Deceiver Exarch.
Oh, there it is.
There's a main deck Spellskite.
Okay.
There's a main deck Phantasmal Image.
Okay.
He's only playing one Kitchen Finks. Of course, he's playing the full suite of Restoration Angels. They're playing Glenalendra Archmage.
Wow, they went pretty deep with this one. Glenalendra Archmage, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Linvala.
It looks like he wanted, I think Luis went for the record of one-ofs.
Yeah. The Zealous Conscripts, which, again, in a format that's wide open, something that threatens a permanent.
Oh, yeah. Also, Zealous Conscripts is pretty sweet in pod because if the game goes really late, you can actually target your pod with the Conscripts to untap it.
Right.
Okay, Serum Visions for Gerard. And let's see what Luis has. He has a Wall of Roots. That's a good one. That blocks Tarmogoyf for a long time, along with ramping him up. And speaking of Tarmogoyf, and he's going to play it. So Gerard drops down to 17, and the Goyf is a 2-3 currently. Well, it's not getting through that wall anytime soon, even if Luis decides to use it.
I think this is the techie. I think
that is definitely a thing.
Harmonic Sliver.
Yeah. It looks like he just, he has the shell, and then he just went full on like Birthing Pod, man. He's just like, I want to have access to anything and everything that I might ever need. And sure enough, a Birthing Pod comes down for Luis. He takes the time to put out a Wall of Roots first, though, and then he plays the pod, paying the 2 life, I believe.
Yeah.
All right, so 2 Wall of Roots versus a Tarmogoyf. Currently, the Wall of Roots win that battle.
Well, they don't win.
I mean, when your game plan is to go longer.
Yeah, okay.
Oop, Birthing, there we go.
All right, we do see a Scalding Tarn there at the top of Gerard's hand. We've also already seen a Cryptic Command in it.
Yeah.
We're going to play that untapped, go to 15.
He's going to send him in.
Because, Luis got to think about the Goyf doing 2 damage and then
a bolt.
Bolt.
Yeah. But he decided not to. So what is Gerard doing here? It looks like he's just passing a turn back. Spellskite off the top for Luis. Arid Mesa. And he's planning out his turn here. So at this point, Luis is very, very happy. He has gotten a chance to now untap with the Birthing Pod and play in 2 creatures. And he can have his way with it. Basically, like he can start working up the chain, as they say, for the Birthing Pod. I see a Restoration Angel in his hand. Like he's got a lot of options. Again, one of the things you mentioned earlier, Sheldon, is this deck has a lot of different things you can do. And right now, even a guy like Luis, who is a very quick player, has to really sit there and make sure that he's taking the right line. Because you Birthing Pod, and then you're getting something, and then you need to know what you're going to go get after that. Like you need to set up the next 3 activations, or where do you want to end up?
Right. The pod right now could only sack one of the walls of roots, which he does.
Which he does. He also pays with it the mana for it first, so that he's not taking any damage this turn. Deceiver Exarch, targeting Birthing Pod. Wow. This is going to get out of hand very quickly.
Yeah, because because the thing is, he's got the Restoration Angel in hand. He hasn't used the Wall of Roots yet.
No, he hasn't.
So if Gerard, I think if Gerard doesn't have a counterspell, it's pretty bad for him right now.
Okay.
Even then, the Birthing Pod doesn't care about counterspells.
Well, the Restoration Angel does.
Yeah, but I mean, Gerard's going to have to play another spell this game, you know, and Luis can just sit.
Okay.
All right, sacrifice this. Get a Glenalendra Archmage. What do you think Gerard's thinking right now? He's just like, really?
I think "what" and "the" were the first two words that he was thinking. There's the
Gerard.
face. There's longtime level 3 judge Sean Darty to Fabiano's left. Sort of a fixture here.
All right, so we are going to see the Vendilion Click come down. Now, Luis shouldn't have a way to interact with this currently.
Restoration Angel.
Shows him his hand. That is a Harmonic Sliver,
A Spellskite.
a Spellskite, and a Restoration Angel.
Kills artifacts and enchantments. Yeah.
I mean, he's got to take the angel, right?
Yeah, he has to. He actually has to.
Yeah.
Because that Glenalendra Archmage can turn into a Kiki Jiki.
Yeah.
Also, how sick is it? Glenalendra Archmage comes back and protects the combo.
Right.
What?
I'm telling you, these guys are insane.
This is nuts.
This is. I mean, these guys brewing, and just it looks like just having a lot of fun.
All right, so Gerard's going to send in the Vendilion Click right into the Archmage, and Luis just says, yeah, sure, we'll block.
The card that Luis drew off of the Click was Phantasmal Image.
Okay, trade these off, comes back, gets a counter.
I got 11 now.
Luis has access to what, like a Hallowed Fountain or something, Sacred Foundry, or what is it? What does he get for blue? Oh, Steam Vents.
Steam Vents.
But he can't get Steam Vents with Arid Mesa, so what can he get for blue?
He can get Steam Vents.
It's red, right. Sorry. You're right. Okay, so he does have access to blue right now if he needs it.
All right.
Goyf number 2 comes down.
Yep.
I don't care about your second Goyf. I think is the.
I don't think he cares
All
at all.
I cares about is if you have more than one counterspell.
Ooh, a sweet foil one too.
Still taking sounds to the 8 p.m. modern constructed.
Let me think.
Looking for players from Minimaster, Booster Draft, Twister Draft, Movie Constructed Tournaments.
So, Luis, I think he needs he still needs a land. Yeah, so he's going to need a few more pieces here, but he's in a pretty nice position, really.
Yes, Court of Calling, I think he just drew.
Okay. He's got 2 creatures.
Looking for one more player for our next Booster Draft. One spot remaining in the next Booster Draft.
He can also just Phantasmal Image the Goyf. He can Phantasmal Image the Glenalendra Archmage.
Yeah, the Archmage seems to be the choice because it's going to. He can block, persist back,
and then turn into something else.
Turn it into something else.
Yeah, that's pretty sweet.
4.
Yeah, this deck's complicated. No doubt about it.
Yeah, there may have been a time when combo decks were just sort of draw your cards, vomit your combo onto the table.
Yes.
This is not that.
That time existed, and this is definitely far from that.
Yeah. This is, yeah, I mean, you have to, I mean, these guys built this deck, so they know all the pieces.
Yeah.
They remember the choices that they made going in. But it's still got to be a difficult memory thing. It's a great shot.
He's now hiding.
Of Gerard Fabiano right
said
there.
That seems good. All right, so I'm assuming it hit the Archmage, but I don't know.
Okay, results. Copy one on draw. Okay.
Target that. Well, not target, but
yeah.
clone that.
Copy that.
Yeah. All right, so he has double Archmage, one with a counter.
Now he
Walrus.
does. Now he doesn't have any blue mana though.
True.
Spellskite.
Still no blue mana, but Spellskite, yeah, blue mana is optional.
Yeah.
Luis is at 10.
For Luis, the only one that matters is the last one.
Truth.
I think. So he's got Court of Calling in his hand, but no mana, and only one green guy.
Yeah,
All
just
right.
the Wall of Roots guy.
Sure.
Make a mana, sack something. So what's going away?
Phantasmal
This
Image.
thing's going to come back and copy Archmage again, I guess.
Wall of Roots.
Okay.
Oh, he's going to copy the Wall of Roots.
Here.
All right, so he just gained himself another mana here. Kiki Jiki Mirror Breaker. All right. Now he doesn't have an infinite combo right here, right?
As far as I can
I
tell.
don't think he does.
Okay.
Gerard's still carefully scoping out his opponent's board state here.
And he still doesn't have.
My turn.
He still doesn't have third green guy. He's got Harmonic Sliver in his and Court of Calling in his hand. Is Gerard playing anything like Vapor Snag?
No. For some reason, that doesn't get play in Modern. I think maybe not quite enough like creature-based decks only, you know, where you just can run that all day and know
Right.
you're always going to have targets or whatever. I don't know.
I think Gerard is.
Maybe Lightning Bolt's just better.
Yeah. I think Gerard is
I'll lightning
just
bolt you.
Lightning Bolt. Targeting
Kiki Cheeky.
Cardinal Luis, so it's going to end up just being a shock.
Targeting Luis, huh? So GFAB's going on the let's just try to kill you plan.
I mean, Luis is at 8. He needs to. That's the plan, right? Right. Activate this. Only take 2 instead of 3.
Sacrifice your
Crack the fetch. Does he have another one? I mean, that would kill his Spellskite, but we've seen Gerard face down multiple Spellskites today.
Yeah.
Card is very annoying.
invoke. Like cord for 3.
Wait, does he have enough mana for Court of Calling?
Yeah, because he's got 1 green from that one green from that one, and then taps the Wall Roots as the convoke for the 3rd green.
Where was the first green from?
He copied Wall
Right.
Roots with the Phantasmal Image.
Okay. So 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3. Does he have 4 extra then? Like, is he getting a Restoration Angel here? Oh no, he had already used the top Wall of Roots this turn.
14, sorry.
The one
Got
with
it.
3 on it? Yeah. He forgot to.
He doesn't have to play cord for 3 even though he said it.
That was a heck of a turn.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. Okay.
Gerard reminds him. Pays 2 life. So this has to be a bolt.
Yeah, Gerard's life total also. The only the last one matters.
Yeah,
I mean, but in this
especially in this
matchup,
Especially in this deck, yeah.
If we get the 4 players in Commander number 5 reports to the gathering area, your judge will be with you momentarily. We're still looking for 1 more player for our next booster draft. You could be that player.
all right. I mean, Gerard's.
Lightning bolt you?
Bolt you.
All right, so
I guess I'll go to 3.
Okay, so Ben's saying that if Luis Kiki-Jikis and copies his Wall of Roots, he has exactly enough mana to convoke, bring down the Restoration Angel, bounce Kiki-Jiki, and then start the chain.
Yep.
So we'll see if Luis picks up on that. Serum Visions, draw. Luis is at 3 here. Spellskite is.
Gerard's got to
still
know he's got to
alive.
kill it. He's got to kill him this turn.
Yeah.
Apologies if I'm butchering your name.
And he's going to need two. He's going to need 2 spells to do it.
Yeah, and I mean, who knows? Luis might have figured it out by now, and he might be sitting on the combo. I mean, you know, some time has passed here.
Right. And now he can use the Wall of Roots because you only use it once a turn, but it's now Gerard's turn, so he can use the Wall of Roots again to produce mana. So he's got 2 green.
Oh yeah, he's got tons of mana
Yeah.
now, but that isn't the kill because obviously it's not Luis's turn. But
Right.
So yeah, it's going to have to come in the form of direct damage. Basically, he needs bolt, Snapcaster Bolt, something like that.
He probably needs Bolt, Snapcaster Bolt.
I mean, either one of them will do
Well,
it.
remember, yeah, he can lay some pressure here on by attacking with those Tarmogoyfs.
Okay. So
Oh yeah,
let's see
you know,
if-
we were doing all this talking and we forgot about the Cryptic
I
Command.
did forget about it, but I mean, Luis now can make tons of guys, right? Because Quarter Calling's an instant. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He can make 7 mana just without doing anything.
Well,
He can make 9 mana, you know, for a chord. So mode, tap your team, draw a card.
Draw a card. You get that from our crack staff.
Always correct. Draw a
Yeah.
card.
Players who signed up for Booster Draft number 19, your event is ready to be seated. Please report to the gathering area in public events. Booster Draft number 19 is ready to be seated.
So if Luis just makes a million angels here, they're going to get tapped too?
Yeah. Yeah, because
He can't do it with Cryptic Command on the stack because
Correct.
it's going to resolve after that.
correct.
And is there a window with which he can set this thing up?
He doesn't have the because he needs to use his guys. He needs to use his guys for the convoke part.
Right.
And if they're tapped, he can't use them.
What if he convokes? Either way, it doesn't matter, right? The thing's on the stack. Like if you get to Bell Ringers,
Right.
then the Bell Ringers resolves, and then Cryptic,
Yeah.
or not resolves, but the Bell Ringers enters play, and then Cryptic resolves.
Yeah, Spore Frog, about the only thing I think saves him here.
It looks like Gerard's in a pretty good spot here, right?
Yeah,
So I'm gonna cast Court of Calling for 1. Okay. And
So
three.
Luis might just be.
And all public events. Booster Draft, Twisted Draft, Living Constructed Tournaments, Modern Legacy.
Yeah, not having that blue up for the Glenelender
For the
Archmage is
Archmage, yep.
painful, yeah.
can he go get an X-Arc?
And tap down something. So
No. He got the Birds of Paradise. He's going to copy it with Kiki Jiki, produce the blue mana to sack to the Archmage to counter the Cryptic Command.
that's another way to do it. Make a hasty birds.
But now he's got to block both of those Tarmogoyfs.
Yeah. But then he gets to untap and win, presumably here.
Well, he doesn't have Quarter Calling anymore.
Oh, right.
Block.
All right, block like this, he says.
Okay.
Final answer. Those are dead. And Luis is not dead.
Oh, he's got Birthing Pod.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no, he's got Birthing Pod and
A 4-drop?
he's got a Harmonic Sliver in his hand, right?
Sure. Oh, that's a 4?
That's a 3.
3, but, oh, and into a 4. But he can't, he's at 3, yeah? Yeah, or a bell ringer or whatever. He could just bell ring with
Yeah.
Spellskite. Harmonic Sliver. Destroy this. It must be a must ability. Sacrifice it, pay
Bell
it.
Ringer.
Well, this one's going to be Restoration Angel. But
No,
yeah.
I added a green.
Still looking for Joey Settle.
Make a trillion of these and attack you with them all. Wow, so Luis pulls himself out of that mess.
Unbelievable.
That was really tough. He knew he had a way, right? Like he was sitting there and he's like, okay, I can combo off here, but that doesn't save me.
Right.
And he finally found the right thing that he needed to do, which in this case was make a Birds of Paradise of a Corridor Colony, copy it so that it has haste, use blue mana, sacrifice the Glenelunder Archmage,
Counter the Cryptic Command.
counter the Cryptic Command, block, untap, win.
That was absurd.
That was legal for him to take it back.
And he's giggling right now.
I'm sure he is, and he's going to come over and tell me this after, and I'm going to be like, Luis, I was watching it.
What if somebody's like,
Although,
Man, props to Gerard, though. He really, he put himself, very, like, up to the razor's edge of actually winning that game, where Luis really kind of had his way. Like, he got to play the stuff he wanted to play. Nothing was countered. Nothing was disrupted. He just did it.
Yeah.
I mean, that game was really, really close, and I didn't think it was going to be that close after Luis played a few Wall of Roots early against Tarmogoyfs and a Birthing Pod.
Do you think I got cheated?
So I did see Blood Moons in Gerard's hand.
Had opponents do it against me also.
I don't know if they're coming in, but I would bring them in.
Seems reasonably good.
Yeah. I mean, Luis's mana base is very greedy.
Yeah.
Although, that being said, it's not that bad. Like, like we've mentioned here, the mana's there. If you want the mana, you can get it. The colored mana.
And if birthing pod's out, the activation doesn't need colored mana.
Not at all.
I mean, if you want to pay the Phyrexian mana for it, and I mean that's a pretty significant thing. But we saw Luis use the Phyrexian mana a couple of times. It got him on the edge of getting killed.
Sure did.
The Spellskite's about the only thing that saves him.
And and I think what Ben said, I think Luis missed the onboard kill there, right?
Well, if he copies the Wall of Roots and
then he can make green with it.
And convoke.
So that's green. He had one unused Wall of Roots.
But he's got to get something that untaps. He's got to get the Exarch, which is already his.
He gets Restoration Angel. It blinks Kiki-Jiki. Kiki-Jiki has haste and is
Kiki-Jiki and the Angel are the 2-card combo.
And that's the premier one for that reason. Like, you don't care what's tapped or untapped. You just play it and you win. But I think he could have made that. Kiki-Jiki's, this is one of my first experiences playing with or against Kiki-Jiki, and that card is really interesting to me.
Yeah.
Like, I had an opponent online. It might have actually been Luis, but I was playing and I was able to kill all of his early stuff, and it was applying minimal pressure, and we ended up in a board state where he had a Elvish Visionary. And he was just copying it every turn.
Draw a card.
Yeah, just tap with Kiki-Jiki, draw an extra card. So he's just like howling mining himself.
Yeah.
And that seems a little like maybe not the most powerful thing you could do, but I'm sitting there staring at my hand going, yeah, he's just going to get there.
Yeah.
Like, he will find a piece of his combo.
That's probably why he has Wall of Omens in the deck.
Yeah, why does he have Wall of Omens in the deck? Same thing?
Yeah, because it's the same. It's.
I mean, he's running a lot of green.
EDV, draw a card.
Like, I guess Wall of Omens does block better.
Wall of Omens blocks a lot better than the Elvish Visionary.
It does. It really does. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I can block a 3/4 Goyf.
All right, I'll play.
Yeah.
Visionary does that, just only once.
All right, we're into game 2. Both players drawing their opening hands. Looks like a keeper for G-Fabs.
Oh yeah, he's turn 1 Delverine and a turn 1 Birds of Paradise from Luis. Ooh.
Both the birds.
No, he's just going to ship it back. He must have a mana leak. Yeah, he has a mana leak because, if Luis taps out and goes for a Birthing Pod here, he's going to take 2 extra damage.
Yep.
And Gerard gets full value. Luis says, no, sir. And that gets mana leaked. Play this and play a Wall of Roots. All right. I like mana leaking that there, too, like Gerard did, because Luis's deck is going to produce a ton of mana, and pretty soon that leak is going to be not that great. All right.
So
attack you, block with the wall.
It's the day of not transforming Delvers, apparently.
It is indeed. I think so. Doesn't Gerard just snap play the Blood Moon here? I mean, he could also he could use this turn to kill Birds of Paradise with Lightning Bolt and have mana leak up, and that would take Luis off of presumably a bunch of his colors.
Well, I mean, I think killing the bird.
I like that play actually. Now that I think about it,
killing the bird is better.
I think so too. I really do.
Because now he can when he Blood Moons.
They're all.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where before he Blood Moons, but Luis can play almost any card in his deck.
Right.
Like he can't play some stuff like Kiki Jiki is going to be real easy to play, but all right. Mana Leak.
Sure.
There's Birthing Pod.
Does he have another Mana Leak? Ah, he does not.
Birthing Pod also. Now, Birthing Pod.
Take 2. So we're getting a 3-drop right here.
Sure.
Luis is going right for the guts here. I mean, he just took another 2. He played that thing untapped as well, and he's going to get a Kitchen Finks.
17.
That's tough to get rid of.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to say, Birthing Pod here with the wall saves him from Blood Moon because he can just go get the Harmonic Slipper.
Ah, you're right. Yeah, good call. Also, he can go get a Restoration Angel and blink the things, and like he can definitely grind pretty hard here.
Yeah. So, Gerard drops Scalding Tarn and fetches with it. I mean, Blood Moon is a play. I don't think it slows Luis down all that much.
Well, he just drew a fetch land, so that's not getting fetched. All right, now Luis is just going for the beatdown plan here. And let's see if he's going to spend 2 more life to...
Sure.
He does.
Comes back and I gain 2.
Get this back, -1/-1 counter. And a Restoration Angel. If he plays that, then he can blink the Finks, get the life back again, get it back up to 3 power, and he does exactly that. It's also just makes it so that he can Birthing Pod it twice more.
And
the
with
Finks.
Right, and with red mana, I mean, Blood Moon is going to make his lands make red mana. With red mana, he casts Kiki Jiki.
Oh yeah, sure can.
He can just hard cast.
And he's like splashing it too, so it like actually makes that part easier for him.
Go ahead.
He just says go. Gerard is sitting on a Cryptic command. Now I know it looks weird, but Luis just tapped his Arid Mesa for red mana.
Right. To cast Spellskite.
And it looks like it's going to get countered. Spellskite, counter it, draw a card. Gerard's seen enough Spellskites for one day.
Right.
All right, contemplating potential attacks here.
Yeah, don't forget Kitchen Finks plus Restoration Angel just battles.
That's a lot of damage. 6. 3-turn clock as the board sits. Pretty impressive. He still has Birthing Pod activations in the hole as well.
Right, Kitchen Finks again has come back without the persist counter because of the blink. So he's got 2 more uses out of it.
Still taking signs for the 8 p.m. modern constructor. And all
Deep in the tank here.
Twisted Craft. Constructed with tourneys, legacy format, standard format, modern format. Mini Master.
Checking his phone. I don't know what that was for.
Yeah, that seemed a little weird.
See an Eternal Witness on Luis's side, but it looks like he's just going to attack these. Luis is at a pretty comfy 19 life thanks to that Kitchen Finks. He's gained, what, 6 off of it?
Yeah.
Is Gerard going to block here?
Yeah, that seems Walken seems a little crazy.
Yeah, it's still just a 1/1, so he just kind of is forced to take it, which he does. Birthing Pod this, gain 2 more life, but it's even.
Yeah.
Because he paid 2 life to do it. Get another Restoration Angel and blink this guy. All right, Lightning Bolted in response. So the trigger's on the stack and he Lightning Bolted.
Yep.
I mean, Luis still has a pretty significant board here, though.
Well, yeah, next turn he pods away one of the Restoration Angels for Kiki Jiki.
Yeah.
So
Gerard's in a pretty tough spot here.
GFAB's on the ropes here. I think one way or the other we get LSV in here to talk about this deck.
Oh, yeah? Gerard's kind of surveying the scene here, but it doesn't look good.
Well, I mean, he's got to know.
He says go.
So,
Unhappily.
Unless Luis has another cryptic command. I mean, unless Gerard has another cryptic command.
Even then,
it just saves him for a
taps them
turn.
all, and then it's just one turn.
Yeah, Luis. Oh.
I mean, I guess there's no downside to this, just hitting him for 6 first.
Yeah, but then
the downside is that you don't win this turn.
You don't win this turn, yeah.
Play another mountain.
2.
Maybe he's content to just make Gerard just kill him. You know? Maybe it was a cryptic command thing. All right, Gerard checks out his sideboard.
Right, because if he just starts beating with the Restoration Angels.
Click you. I think he's just going to let him keep these. He can't play the... He has no targets for the Grudge, and he can't play the... the super slow peel from Gerard. The Eternal Witness can't come down.
If he just beats with the Restoration Angels, he makes Gerard play the cryptic command if he has it. You know, assuming he has Gerard has a cryptic command, he makes him play it eventually. Whereas
Balerin.
Okay.
Pretty spicy. I draw a card, presumably. I mean, he might want to make him. I mean, I don't know if he plans on living for another turn, which, according to the current board, he could. I mean, again, if Luis decides to go off, then that's it. But
well, now he doesn't have cryptic command mana.
Yeah.
So unless there's a trick bind to come in. Yeah, I don't.
Yeah.
I don't see anything. I don't see a real answer for Gerard here, unless he can kill.
17.
Looks like Luis agrees with you. So need a way to get rid of that Restoration Angel. If he could do that, then it would be sweet. I mean, the problem is that Birthing Pod doesn't care about colored mana. So once Luis had a few creatures down, he could just run his whole deck off of a colorless mana.
Return to the registration area of public events. Nate McGraw, please report to registration at public events.
Okay.
Oh, so Luis is not playing Murderous Redcap.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's pretty normal. I mean, some of them run it, but it's not a... You can't go infinite with it in this deck, I don't think.
You need the third piece.
Yeah, you need a sack outlet.
Yeah. Or you need to untap the. You need the untapper.
What do you, oh, you mean something to untap?
Kiki-Jiki.
Okay, yeah, but I mean that. Ooh, he did not get. What is going on here?
Zealous
This
Constructs.
is very interesting. Yeah, I mean that also does it.
Because he takes the click.
Yeah, he just takes the click and beats him down for 6. Gerard doesn't have any other flyers or anything. The conscripts can get chump blocked by the Delver of Secrets, but did he take out his combo? Is that why he's not doing it? Did he take out Kiki-Jiki? Wouldn't you just do it?
I can't imagine taking out Kiki-Jiki.
I just can't. I just don't know why he wouldn't just go for the kill here.
All right, well.
Is that why?
Is that a combust?
Yeah. He targets that thing, and then Gerard combusted. Is that why he's playing in this way? That might be it. That might be it. He had the 2 mana up, so he was kind of telegraphing a combust. I forgot that Gerard had that in his board. so I wasn't considering it. But oh, that's pretty good. That's actually pretty good because now Luis is on mono wrong colored lands.
Yep.
Interestingly, if Luis did top deck Kiki Jiki, you could just attack him.
Yeah.
Oh no, I guess not. Gerard decided not to attack. Whole bunch of stuff. Wow, so Gerard is stabilized? Is he actually stabilized here?
Gerard may have, because
This is incredible. Yeah, Combust. I just totally forgot about Combust. Both draw a card, and he's
Yep.
like, sure, have more. You can't cast him anyway.
yeah,
How many cards in Luis's deck can he cast?
Kiki Jiki.
Yeah.
He's got
Grudge. He's got a Grudge in his hand.
He's got a Mountains and a Plains. Mountain doesn't. I mean, the one Plains. He's got no other way of generating green mana.
Oh, Spellskite.
He's Spellskite.
He can Spellskite and then
Pot it
start
away.
potting that up. Yeah. I like it
That's
that
about
Gerard. That's a mountain. Gerard has started attacking. Another mountain. Wow. So Luis's hand is complete blanks except for the Grudge. But Gerard knows he has the Grudge, so
Right.
it's not like he's going to let himself get blown out on
There's
that.
Kiki Jiki in his hand.
Who does?
I think he's got.
Oh, does he?
I think so. That top card.
I couldn't see. If he does, though. Oh, and also conscripts. You're right. It is Kiki Jiki. A lethal Kiki Jiki. Is that good enough, Gerard? You have access to your colors.
And you've been drawing cards.
He's got a Cryptic Command.
And another Blood Moon.
So that will not be enough here. That will not do it.
What time is that?
Yeah, I'm not gonna second guess one of the greatest players in the world, but I don't understand
Which part?
why he didn't go off the turn.
Because of the Combust.
the turn he attacked with 2 Restoration Angels.
Yeah, that made sense. But then the next turn he went and got conscripts. If he gets Kiki Jiki, plays Kiki Jiki, says target my Restoration Angel,
And Gerard
then it
combusts.
gets Combust, then he's blanked out for that entire turn. So that was why. I just forgot about Combust.
Counter and draw a card. Got
Because he had 1 red up, and I'm like, Bolt isn't going to do it.
Right. Gerard didn't forget.
Nope. He knew he had that entire thing planned out.
And now he's got the. Yeah, I mean he can tick up Jace.
I mean, he can do it fairly freely. Like, I think he's going to do the normal plus, minus, minus, plus, minus, minus with Jace because he doesn't want to tempt fate here. I mean, we already saw 1, presumably a 1 of, but we saw 1 Zealous Conscripts. If there happens to be another one, he might consider that. Bonfire you for the full amount. Was that a Miracle Bonfire? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and he's got a Bolt, and that's the game.
Gerard Fabiano
Wow.
seemingly in a lost situation.
Look at him. He looks cool as a cucumber, man. He's like, no big deal. Went down to 1.
What do we routinely talk about? Great players
Yeah.
find ways to win Magic
That
games.
was insane.
Even though they're playing against other great players, they really make sunshine out of so much hay.
And Luis didn't play right into the, he saw the Combust. I mean, when you're playing those type of combos, you know the cards that break up your combo, and
Right.
he's like, oh, okay, blue, red, Combust. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, it definitely, in that situation where he attacks with the 2 Restoration Angels, it just forces Gerard to do something. He's, I'm going to win with the cards on the table.
Yes.
Not pull my pants down.
Right. But when he went back, I looked at the board and I thought, hey, I mean, he can just win here. Gerard has nothing. He's got blue, red up. Like,
Yeah.
there's nothing
Yeah.
that he can, like, oh, right,
Yeah.
Combust. There are other cards.
Right.
Because when I see that, I think Lightning Bolt and Mana Leak, and neither of those were pertinent to that situation.
Yeah, a lot of us who played with Baneslayer Angels, we knew Combust.
Yes, I do remember that as well. I played Naya when Baneslayer Angel was out, and yeah, I do remember Combust. How many does Gerard have? 1.
Oh!
Got there.
Now, the question is, did he have it in his hand
The previous turn.
The turn that Luis attacked with the 2 angels the first time, did he have it in his hand? Because he was down to 1 card, by the way.
Oh, who was?
Gerard was.
Oh, was he?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, that would make sense to be that card. Like, Luis has to look at it and say, what would he be holding for 3 or 4 turns in a row?
Right.
Like, Mana Leak is one of them because I don't think that Luis gave him very many targets for it, but Combust is also definitely one of them.
All right, GG's live coverage of Grand Prix Columbus. You're seeing all the action. We said at the top of this round, this was going to be a barn burner. I don't think we've been wrong.
Oh, that game was amazing. I really enjoyed that, and I thought, I mean, I went from thinking that Luis was just going to go off, and then I thought, oh, okay, he's going to take a little bit more of a line where it's just like, here, disrupt this, and then I thought, well, now he's definitely going to go off, and yeah, I was wrong on both.
And we see, I mean, we saw the real, I mean, Combust was sort of the thing that really turned the game around for Gerard, but it was.
But what won him that game?
Blood Moon.
Blood Moon.
No doubt about it. Blood Moon is the card that won a game because, I mean, Luis draws a bunch of cards, and he had a Eternal Witness in his hand.
Yeah.
So if he can cast that.
I really liked Gerard's early play of taking out the Birds of Paradise and leaving up Mana Leak. I thought that was great.
Got a Blood Moon in his hand.
Looks like a Steam Vents or maybe a Tarn. It's a Tarn. So are we going to see a turn 1 Delver here, or are we going to see a turn 1 Bolt That Bird?
Bolt the Bird.
Gerard definitely has to prioritize getting rid of mana sources that aren't.
Right, because I mean he knows he's not hoping to draw into the Blood Moon. He knows he has it.
Exactly. So now, like, that completely sets him on the path of keep Luis off of mana that is not from a land, because Luis has like maybe a couple of basics, but not that many in the whole
He has
deck.
1 Plains and he has 1 Mountain.
So the mountain doesn't matter. So a Plains. All right, land. Is this going to be a Wall of Roots? Nope. He's got Birthing Pod, land, Restoration Angel,
Land Archmage.
and an Archmage. Wow, this is going to be good. If Gerard can turn 3, which I see as another mana, if he gets a turn 3 Blood Moon down, that's going to put a big crimp on Luis's plans. Although Luis does get to resolve a Birthing Pod here, which is a big deal. It opens up more cards.
It's only a big deal if he can play creatures.
Right, and what I mean is, if he didn't have this, and Gerard played the Blood Moon, like, I don't know that he can come back. Like he can play like a Spellskite or something, and like for nothing else. But Gerard, but now Luis has at least some outs. Crack a Misty Rainforest.
Although it's still probably a dark day on it for
it's
for
bad.
Luis
It's
on
very bad.
Turn 3.
I mean, we can look at his list and see how many he can get. Let me take a quick look here. These all take colors. So 1 Spellskite.
Well, Spellskite, the thing about Spellskite is it gets him to Harmonic Sliver. So he's...
Is Harmonic 1G dubs?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So that's huge.
There's the Blood Moon.
That's it.
Luis?
That's it. He the only other things he can cast in the whole deck are if he draws his one of planes, he can cast
He's
a
got
Wall
his
of
hand.
Okay, so he can cast a Wall of Omens, which is what you said before. And there was one other thing, a Restoration Angel.
Which he just cast.
Okay, so he just put a threat down.
Yep. So we see, I was going to say we seen his hand, but he flipped it down. We see Plains, Shockland for Gerard.
I think he's got maybe a Bonfire back there, also a Cryptic Command.
I mean, Cryptic Command is an immense card for him.
It's huge, especially because he can actually cast it.
Yeah.
He's got Island, Mountain.
Well, it's huge because it taps down the combo. I mean, you know, I make a bazillion guys, sure. Birthing Pod number 2.
Yep, that one's colorless.
So you go down to 16?
You know, I make a zillion guys, go to attacks, well, tap them all.
Yeah.
Okay.
Play a mountain.
Still looking for 3 players for the next booster draft.
So
Bounce this and draw a card.
bounce that back to your hand and draw a card. And I think eventually Gerard's looking to either combust or just
Counter it.
bonfire it out. So Gerard's taking the control route here. Pretty so 2 hierarchs for 2 hierarchs. Glenelender Archmage and one other card I don't know. It's the Restoration Angel that he just bounced, right? So says go, pass it back.
Go ahead.
So Gerard has blue, 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 red, 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 and Luis says go again. He doesn't want to play his Restoration Angel into
The mana leak
Mana
that
leak.
Gerard just drew.
Yeah. So you go, although this definitely, this is a lot of draw go. This definitely favors Gerard.
For sure.
Goif? No Goif. All right, he does have a combust as well.
Go basic. Go ahead.
Luis draws a mountain, insult to injury.
Go ahead.
Luis does have KJ in hand.
Does he?
Yep.
Okay. So he's going to try to set it up, but he's not going to get it through as the board currently sits.
No.
Card. These situations are interesting.
Time becoming a. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, go for it.
I was just going to say time is probably becoming a factor. 2:40 left in the round.
2 minutes 40 seconds.
Yep.
Yep.
And they'll have a couple extra minutes presumably for feature match stuff, or about the same. Okay.
No, they get the same. They get the same 50 minutes.
Okay.
Unless we delayed them, which we didn't.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So.
Wow.
Cards.
I mean, this game has become very polar. Like.
Yeah.
Sure.
I mean, Gerard's got to be able to flip that,
Transform it. He does.
transform it. Sorry.
He did it a little ahead of time. Restoration Angel comes down. So red mana leak or blue red mana leak,
I'm at 13.
and now attack you.
Yep.
All right.
And now.
And he drew the other mana leak.
Yeah.
All right. They know that time's a consideration, so they're starting to move things forward here. Is that a spell skite? It is. All right. So he actually has a pod target, and he can this turn do what you mentioned, which is pod for Harmonic Sliver, right? Nope. Spell Snare says no way.
Go ahead.
Wow.
Yeah,
So Gerard's, because he drew like 5 turns in a row just sitting there
Yeah.
drawing. Like he's going to have a pretty stacked hand by this point. And Gerard is on the beatdown plan here, 3 a turn. It's a big chunk. It doesn't look like a ton, but you know, that's a lot.
Okay.
Play a
Go ahead.
mountain.
Check. 7.
All right. Now Gerard knows he can win in extra
Go
turns.
ahead.
He's got enough. Oh, look at. Well, maybe not.
Okay.
Okay.
So Restoration Angel, is that going to resolve? It does. So it, upkeep combust.
Oh, so he didn't play. He didn't play. Luis didn't play that for combat. I see.
No, he did it. He did it on end step. Kiki Jiki. Mana leak it. All right, so it looks like Gerard has completely locked down this game. I also see that he's going for the win here. He's going to
There's the
burst
hand.
lightning him and then swing in for 5, and Gerard is able to take it down.
Gerard Fabiano.
Man, putting on a
in-
clinic with the
in
rug deck,
great
too.
style.
Yeah.
All right, so